There are certain
Well, a very good afternoon and welcome to a sun-kissed Mattingly Park for BFNL's match of the round 15. It's the 5th place Cobras hosting the 3rd place Bloods. I'm joined again this week by Alex Kerr. Welcome, Alex.
Yeah, cheers, Toddy. Yeah, we're here at the MCGs. It's dubbed by many of the Bacchus Marsh fans, Mattingly Park. And yeah, we've got a beautiful day of footy. Sun's out, not a breath of wind by the looks of things, and two teams that'll be hungry to get a win on the board, that's for sure.
Yeah, we'll endeavour to keep you updated with scores around the BFNL as they come to hand. Sebastopol v Sunbury's already started, given Sunbury don't have the under 18.5 side this year. But in the first quarter, Alex, Sebastopol held a narrow lead. What's the update?
Yeah, the lead at the moment is currently a 7-point lead, 37-30. So a bit of a shootout, and it looks like a good game to watch.
And are we still in the first quarter, or
they are now in the second quarter? There is 18.5 minutes left.
Right, interesting game. I know we were split during the week on the pressers who was going to win that game. It's Sunbury's 4th trip to Ballarat in 5 weeks. On paper, they're more than capable of getting it done, but I said it on Sebastopol. They've seemingly got more to play for, and I think Sunbury in the end will get it done and finish 4th. That seems the likelihood, Alex.
Yeah, definitely. They've always been a pretty class side, and they've dropped a few games this year that I reckon will be disappointing for them. Games they probably should have, well, they definitely should have played better in. And this is a game here that can definitely go either way with the form lines. It's been thrown out of whack a little bit recently, so it's a game that'll be definitely good to watch, and a game that Sunbury should be trying to win.
Speaking of being out of whack, Redan, with the sacking of coach Gary Lamont, so that would have unsettled the group, no doubt, throughout the week. So it'll be interesting to see how they start. I'm not envisaging an even start. It's going to be poor or really good. Yeah,
a team that, as you said earlier, they named a pretty strong team. For a game like this against Darley, obviously you want your best team out on the park, and they've got a bit to play for, obviously, with the sacking, and I suppose that'll spur them on, and I reckon they'll have a fast start. It's just about, will they be able to match it with the best throughout the game.
East Point host Ballarat. East endeavouring to add to their 15-game winning streak at Eastern Oval. They'll start warm favourites and should get it done, while the Lakers host North Ballarat. Lakers still chasing their first win of the season, so North Ballarat again warm favourites. So we're not far off a start here. They've still got the score up from the reserves game played moments earlier, where Bacchus Marsh won by 21 points. Melton will kick to the right of screen in the opening term. And the big fella, Searle, holds his spot in the ruck after a solid hit out last week against McCallum. Tap one by Gertz, got it to the silky mover in Huxtable. Got a hurried kick forward, high up and under kick to half forward. Excellent run and grab there from Nixon, who just lowered the eyes, but as they so often do, there's the first intercept inside the opening minute for the Bloods, and the kick from Manito was good and found Farrugia, who found Suter just inside the boundary line. He's got time to gather with some separation on LaFranchi. Liam Carter did all the right body work but didn't hang on. Turnover opportunity for Rye Penny, who went to the danger area in the middle of the ground. We've got numbers over the footy here. There might be in a bit of trouble here at the Cobras, but they get it out the back through Salmon, who couldn't gather. McCreary could, but he was held up by Geordie Cotter. There's a welcome inclusion into the side after some time off with getting a screw removed from the foot. So we're just about where the game all started in this opening couple of minutes. Parente at ground level, met there by Suter, Fairley. Gates fired the hand pass out to LaFranchi, who got it to Fulton. Is a thumping kick, went with the left boot. Tyrrell presented. Phillips read it better. Ground ball opportunity. Second effort okay. And we'll get a ball up on true centre half forward. So no real breeze to speak of either end, Alex.
No, that's it. And I think it'll be straight kicking for both teams. And it's been a hot start as well around the contest. Both teams seem to be pretty clean, and they want ball on boot.
Opportunity for Ericsson, who of course kicked the winning goal last week against North Ballarat. So he should be up and about with a bit of confidence. So at the restart, it'll be Searle and Gertz. We'll call that even. foraging for the ball there was Huxtable, had it stolen away from him in the end. Shea, ground level, hustled the ball out to Fulton, who was strong, nearly took too long, but managed to get a handball exit. Touch of the fumbles on his second effort allowed Ericsson to gather it. He went by hand to Lachlan Walker. Going to ground there was Farrugia as the ball bounced just inside half forward. Gather was clean there from Heaney. Went in the kite direction. And he presented as we know he does, and he'll go back and have the first shot of the afternoon.
Yeah, he's a very hard man to defend if he's in front of you and behind you, and he was just able to ease his way to the front of the contest and take a pretty easy chest mark in the end, and he'll line up for his first goal of the day. I think during the week, during the presser, he was the man that you took as your man to have a few goals, the most goals of the round. So.
I did forget about that, Alex, yes. And I tipped him to kick 5. Much to the chagrin of Cobra fans who enjoy tuning in to the presser. But he has, as you mentioned, a good record against the Cobras. And this kick makes no mistake. Very little work for the goal umpire. And Melton hit the scoreboard. And the opening 3 minutes here, they're 1 goal straight, 6. Bacchus Marsh, no score. Yeah, you were touching on during the week, Alex, Kite's record against Bacchus Marsh. Often played, well, either here at Mattingley Park or McPherson Park, so conditions favour, unlike last week. It's taken him 2 minutes to hit the scoreboard here. Took him over 2 quarters last week.
That's right. He's got great forward craft and his kicking is exceptional. He's a great set shot, and, yeah, that's one of many for the day, you'd think.
Tap one by Gertz to Shea. And can the midfield from the Cobras benefit from hits to advantage from Gertz? Against Searle, ground ball right in the middle on the cricket pitch here, and it's a bit of a stacks on the mill, and we'll get a ball up. So the time clock's running on the left scoreboard and the score on the right hand side. Work that out. Couldn't just combine the 2 into 1, but nonetheless, Cotter gets his first genuine touch to Manito, went to the voice of Watkins and found him, but his kick meant for Davis was cut off there by Gates, and he lowered the eyes, looked good off the boot, and the kick was good and found McKercher. So an opportunity for a response here from the Cobras. It'll be a swift one at that.
Yeah, both teams been able to get their hands on the ball, and it was an energetic start from both sides. I think the Bloods were able to get first blood, but the Backers did open up at that first stoppage, got the first clearance, and they look like they're ready to get the ball moving forward, and this is a good opportunity for them here.
So McKercher fancies himself from range, gets plenty on the kick, and he got enough on it, I think. There's the square up from the Cobras, and McKercher squares the ledger here at Mattingley Park. They're a goal apiece. Entertaining start 5 minutes into this opening term.
Well, that's a fantastic distance kick there from a little fella, and we know there's plenty of power in those legs from McKercher, and he was able to dob one there. And yeah, makes it an even playing field again. 2 goals apiece for the Bloods and the Cobras, and yeah, it's setting up for a fantastic game.
So no Ryan Carter today, and Geordie Kite still sidelined. Billy Crofts was named, but not granted the leave from Footscray VFL, and of course the Cobras without Jake Owen, their key forward, and defender Will Lawler back at Layla. Well, back at the start, Lawler got it right the first time. Loose ball opportunity for Parente, who went to ground on that artificial deck, albeit the cricket pitch here in the middle of Mattingley. It looks quite the anomaly given the time of the year, but it's a green deck nonetheless. Second attempt from Gertz, going a couple of metres to a swarm of players around the footy. And we'll get a repeat stoppage. 6 minutes gone, opening term, goal apiece here. Mattingley Park, BFNL's match of the round. Round 15, and what a clash it is. Of course, Melton endeavouring to make it back-to-back wins, and it's not something that we've really had to mention in the last couple of years. McCreary was quick enough to release the ball and went forward in front. Opportunity here for Huxtable. Tackle taken to the ground. Smith fired it out to Tyrrell. High up and under kick from the big man. Was right and every bit right and out of bounds on the full.
I think a good thing for Cobras fans to see early is the midfield setup, and Josh Huxtable starting in the midfield. I think that was something we were calling for during the week, and it's good to see that has happened.
Gertz with the turnover on that exit kick from the Bloods. Scoble will be disappointed with that. Of course, the Melton coach, as Fulton went back to Gertz, who had a touch of the big man fumbles. Gathering there was Suter, who gave it to Scoble. Speak of chase, no Max today. And the kick. Turnover opportunity from LaFranchi. Got it to Parente. Opportunity at ground level. Dribbling ball from Nixon. Just went off to the right and through for a minor score. So, tick over 7 minutes gone opening term. Bloods in front for the first time this afternoon. Stick with us via the BFNL Match Centre. Round 15 action. 4 other games going on around the region. Of course, Sebastopol and Sunbury with the early start as the familiar exit out of defence to Cotter to left back pocket. We've seen that often, and he switches play. Excellent ball user. Went to Phillips, continued the pattern of play. Mark's being taken and sent forward towards Scoble, who marked in front of Craig. So a couple of long sleevers going at it. Back to Watkins. Got away from the pressure of Locke and went back to his colleague there in Handley. Turnover opportunity for Craig, who wasted no time going forward, just needs a favourable bounce and didn't get one. And another opportunity, albeit a second one, goes begging for the Cobras.
Yeah, fantastic setup there by the Cobras though. Melton were able to spread the ground and the Bacchus boys were able to get on top, get across, set up very well, force the turnover and get a scoring shot on the board.
So it'll be Cotter's turn to bring the ball back into play. Kick meant for Suter, had it knocked away from him. Parente bending, didn't bend enough. Smith might have been caught high. Umpire called play on. Ground ball, swarm of players. Now it spits out the back. Salmon went the soccer to open territory. Attack on the footy there was good from Craig. Might have got a loose arm over the shoulder, but the umpire said no. And we'll get a ball up 45 metres away from the Cobra goal.
Yeah, this is great early pressure from the Cobras. I think they'd be very happy with this start.
Ball up, tap there, won by Searle. So out of the congestion there went Phillips with a long kick beyond the middle of the ground. And they'll get out the back here to Carter. He's got no one in front of him. So from 49, he'll use the ground to get a favourable bounce. And he got one. The ball kept rolling. Bloods back in front here at Mattingly Park.
Yeah, great finish there by Carter. Obviously had all the space in the world. Was getting closed down, so needed to get the kick off. And yeah, the favourable bounce just straight on end, and he'll be very happy with that. And a great end-to-end play by the Bloods there.
It's a clever kick. He knew he didn't have to get there on the full, just execute the drop punt favourably, and he was rewarded with his first goal of the afternoon, and more importantly, a lead for the Bloods. They lead by 4 points here. Near 10 minutes gone and an opening start to this, entertaining start to this match of the round.
Yeah, definitely. I think a little bit against the grain as well. Bacchus Marsh with that early pressure. They were able to lock it in their forward half. Just shows how quickly things can change.
Ball up, it'll be Gertz and Searle again. Gertz for the early fly, missed the target, intended for Shea. Barton released the ball to Davis, wearing the white boots today. They went wide to half forward. Attack on the footy was good there from Scoble. One of the denied by the umpire. He's got some toe and went inside forward. Heaney the target, somehow gathered, got onto that preferred left and missed everything off to the left and out of bounds on the full. Bacchus Marsh 8, lead Melton 6. So Alex will just have a look at some scores from around the grounds at our next opportunity. So the kick out of defence. Went there for Tyrrell, went through his hands. His fellow ruckman there in Gertz found Nixon, and they're away here. So a couple of the young guns combined. Huxtable got the handball receive and went long forward. But there's some traffic here for the Bloods to get back, and Cooper with the touch of the fumbles. Turnover opportunity for McCreary. Don't tell me, something out of nothing.
Fantastic work by the Cobras there. Obviously, you just need that forward pressure. And they were able to turn that into a goal. And yeah, that's fantastic work by the Cobra boys. Right, we've got some scores here as well, which we'll be able to quickly rattle through. We don't have scores at the moment for the Redan Darley game, probably one of the scores that we did want to see especially, but we do have Lake Wendouree versus North Ballarat, a goal apiece, 6-6. East Point lead the Ballarat seniors 7-6, so not many goals early on, but some close contests.
As has so often been the case this year with the allocation of the match of the round. It's often transpired to prove that at game's end. And we've got an entertaining start to this game despite the sleeping at the wheel of the scorers. But we do know it's 2 goals apiece. But it's the Cobras with a couple of behinds next to their name with their noses in front. So Huxtable got the ball caught underneath him, and the umpire will come in and rightfully declare a stoppage and ball it up. So Searle, he won that tap. Walker was denied. Speaking of Lachlan Walker. And it was McKercher at ground level who came up with the footy. So he'd come up out of a rabbit hole. Ball up. Tap one by Gertz. Hot footy. Davis went backwards. Because they had numbers behind the ball there, but McKercher had the leg speed, nearly too long. Airplane denied by the umpire. It was a throw. Cooper will take the resultant free kick after he made a mess of that last effort, and that kick was pretty poor in the end. Lucky to get away with it, the Bloods. They'll get a ball up in the middle of the ground.
Updated score as well for Sebass versus Sunbury. We've got Sebass 44, Sunbury 49, so Sunbury take the lead. Ball
up, tap one by Gertz, meant for Shea, bounced off his chest. Second effort was good though from the big fella. Overcooked the hand pass, meant for McKercher, and he gets a second opportunity. The kick was good and found Craig, who fired the ball like a bullet, but reading it well there was Cotter, off balance, fed the ball by hand. There a chance here to move the ball forward through McMahon, who got it to Cotter. They said, come forward. And Cotter obliged and rolled onto the right boot. And the kick was, well, almost perfectly weighted for Suter. Just needs to gather here. Standing start went with the outside of the right boot. Put Finlay under the pump for the Cobras. Opportunity for Zach Russell. Kick across the body. Will get to the goal square. Heaney was the target. But Cobras had the numbers through Huxtable. And that laconic, clean style at ground level prevails again. And the kick. Mawson was tough. Should have got a free kick, but the umpire called play on. Nixon's kick. Well, Tyrrell sort of got in, caught in no man's land there momentarily, which opened the door here for the Bloods. Nearly a free kick to Melton there too, but maybe Cotter just fell over and we'll get a ball up on half forward out of side.
Gee whiz, the play just flowing through there. I did want to mention Geordie Cotter earlier with his run and gun on that wing, was able to get the ball forward, and then he comes back out and wins a crucial one-on-one there with a stoppage. So a great return from a very classy player.
Gertz with the tap, only as far as Faruja. Kabarkovic with the one arm did well to release the ball onto the footy. Huxtable in front of it. Well, he marked that in the end. It was a terrific grab there from the 20-year-old. A promising career. I'm not sure how long the Cobras will be able to hang on to him. VFL beckons, at least. Mawson at the back, under the pump, released the ball by hand to no one in particular. Cotter started encouragingly. Fed the ball by hand to McMahon, who went with the right boot to outer centre wing on this narrow ground here at Mattingley Park. One bounce into the possession of Suter, and he's carried it over the line for a throw-in. True centre wing out of sight.
Well, you got your wish, Toddy. They've transferred the score over to the left scoreboard as well, so they've combined it.
Yes, yeah, they've done well. Boundary throw-in. That one by Gertz. Shea, disoriented, couldn't gather. McCreary could. Scartamaglia sent the ball forward. That's a mouthful. It was cut off there by Cotter. We'll turn it over to Lachlan Walker. Gee, that was a poor choice. He should have been able to see Parente there. Turnover opportunity. Long kick in towards the goal square. Gee, just lacked a bit of composure there. The Cobras, or what they would be used to, is an Owen just leading up at them, Alex, who's obviously not here today.
Yeah, that's right. He's a handy player to have running out the square, and definitely a noticeable missing player. Just about who takes that role and takes the spot going into what could be a promising final series.
So Watkins' exit kick was fine and found Russell, who could just go along the line here, and found Liam Carter just inside the boundary line of the Cobra faithful. Chip over the top was okay to Button. Back into the short sleeves today. Under sunny skies here. Shanked the kick a bit. Borg in front, couldn't hang on. Scartamaglia to LaFranchi. Kick across the body was clever kick. Found Parente. He's got Gates. And he hit him up. Fed the ball by hand. Back to Scartamaglia. And the youngster went into the pocket. The kick was okay and found Nixon. He started lively. It's just unfortunate for the Cobras with his handful of early possessions. He's just been out of range. But he does cover the ground, as Josh Huxtable touched on during the week on the presser. So Nixon will need a few today, you'd think, for the Cobras to get it done. The kick's on its way. Gee, it looks good off the boot. That's a good finish from a quality player. Nixon gets his first, and the Cobras get their third. And an important 9-point lead in this opening term here at Manning Park, 17 and a half minutes in.
Yeah, well, we talk about a player that could step in and take the role of Jake Owen. Obviously, we know how hard that could be, but Isaac Nixon definitely presents as someone who can be that focal point up forward. Obviously, Werribee VFL listed as well, so he's not always, going to be available for selection, but what he does, he's very valuable, and he kicks goals, and he's a great option up forward. So an early goal for him, and I'm sure he'll get a few more looks.
Cobra fans up and about here at Manning Park. No real breeze to speak of, as we touched on. Both scoreboards are back on. We're going to go with the one on the right that says Bacchus Marsh by 9 points. Now chance for Fulton. His second vision was good and found Scarter Markley off half back. He fed the ball by hand to Goebel. Right foot kick was good in the end and found Smith. So he's looking for an option forward. It's a high-weighted kick. Well, Huxtable wanted the push, and he'll get it, despite a great mark there to Cotter. So, penciling Huxtable in to feature in the Cobras' best. I don't think it's a great surprise to any, though, if that was the case. But you'd think he'd have to be instrumental today to aid the cause getting over the Bloods. So it'll be Huxtable looking for a lead, not getting any movement forward of the footy. So he just bombs it to the hot spot, and it's off to the right and through for a minor score. Geez, he did that comfortably.
He did, but I think you could see his frustration there. No one actually wanted to move and lead up for him. They need someone presenting, and obviously, as we're talking about, that is where Jake Owen would usually be flying out of the square. So there's something to think about there for the Cobras.
Manito made it difficult for Borg. He's got time to gather. Not enough frontal pressure there from the Cobras, but that was some good work there from Parente. The kick along the line was good for the Bloods, who found Suter, who went into the middle of the ground. Now this is where they can open it up, as Cotter went to Morse and he dropped it. McCreary, excellent tackler, wastes no time. How about that for a kick? Nixon's on fire here. All he needs to do is finish. Kick's on its way. It's another let off for the Bloods. 8 scoring shots to 2. And an 11-point lead.
You've got to take those opportunities, especially those uncontested ones. He'll be ruined that, Nixon.
So Manito gets the exit kick out of defence. Now he's a little bit bereft of an aerial presence, so he'll go wide to Handley. He's a good overhead mark for a medium-sized player. So Handley in the shadows goes along the line. So Liam Carter the target. Just a bit too much there for Taylor. And he fed the ball by hand to Suter. Faruja out in front. Gathered cleanly in front of Jones. Went inboard to Ericsson. Kick meant for Borg. Poor one at that. Cut off there by LaFranchi, who switches play to the outer side of the ground. Huxtable. He's outnumbered. There's a couple of Bloods to beat. They nearly squared away a stoppage. They would have taken that. Scarter Markley has been busy, because you can't forget saying that name. Hurried kick forward was good. Found Braden Kite. There's a chance to get a steadier here for the Bloods.
He likes it anywhere inside 50, but he's got a special mention for this pocket, that's for sure. So I think he'll be liking his chances from here.
So the rotunda pocket. It's a Kite. Has he got the journey? No. Oh. Well, he did. He just put too much on the kick and missed to the left. So
bit of a commentator's curse, I think.
Yeah, well, given the talent of Kite, we'll put that down into an opportunity gone begging for the Bloods. Taylor on one knee can play on to LaFranchi if he likes, but ignores that option. He was still there, LaFranchi. There's the fly from Nixon. Ground ball. Gathered there by Russell, who fed the ball to Cooper. He's had a nervous start, kicked to half forward, and Fulton read it best. So you'll get a rebound kick here to Tyrrell, who laconically finds McCreary. That's a good kick. That can split the play open if Parente can keep going, and he went to Craig. He's a little bit bereft of option, and he went wide to the pocket. A spoil on the footy from Phillips. Found touch over the line for a boundary throw-in. 35 to 40 metres around from the Bacchus Marsh goal.
Yeah, Bacchus Marsh getting some really good spread on these wings here, able to link some handball chains together. I think that'll be good for their ball movement going forward.
So an encouraging start for the home side here, up against the reigning premiers. Gertz with the tap, ground level opportunity here for Mawson. Went to ground, Craig kept his feet. Wanted a high as he went to ground, but was denied by the umpire, and we'll get a ball up. Near 23 minutes gone opening term here at Mattingley Park. Bacchus Marsh lead by 10 points. And they're in attack here. They'll get a second crack at it through Gertz. Outside of the right boot. Excellent gather. Quick hands to Huxtable. Gee, Phillips does it all the time, doesn't he, with that defensive spoil. Sent back there by Gates. Players fly the goal line. They couldn't quite get it through before Mawson just thumps it through for safety for a rush behind. 3-6-29. Bacchus Marsh. Melton 2-1-13. They waste no time bringing the ball back into play. And the right foot kick meant for Liam Carter, presented. Couldn't hang on. They got some numbers here through Nixon. All fed the ball to McCreary, put him under the pump. But a stoppage will ensue, and a let off there for the Cobras.
Great tackle there by Russell. I know McQuarrie's not a very easy man to tackle and get down, so he's done very well to wrap him up.
Ball up, tap one by Searle on that occasion. McCreary, pressure from Lachlan Walker, got back into the hands of McCreary, who went long and across the face of goal. Foot race on here. And we'll get a boundary throw in. Salmon was leading into the race for that. He's got some toe, I can tell you that. But yeah, the narrow nature of the flanks and pockets here at Mattingley Park can sneak up on you. Boundary throw in. Searle. That was a good defensive touch on that there by Huxtable. And they made Lachlan Walker have to work for his possession. Gee, he got a bit of it. Out of centre wing. Ground ball. Good play there from Goebel. They can raffle it here. The Cobras through Gertz, who went wide in the Tyrrell direction. Shark there by Locke. And he's got another one. It's a good bit of roving there from the youngster.
That's it.
Cobras get their fourth. And some deserved separation on the scoreboard early in this game, albeit 25 minutes into this opening term. 30 plays 13.
Sometimes it doesn't matter how it gets to you, it's just that it lands in your hands and you're able to kick the goal. And it landed in his hands and he had all the space in the world to put that on the boot. So a bit of fortune there for Locke, but some great forward craft and another goal for the Marsh, and they've put a 17-point margin on the board now. It's a great first quarter.
Yeah, Cobras have been a bit scrappy with their ball use and haven't made the most of their opportunities in transition that they're normally quite flawless and trustworthy. Tap one by Gertz. Is Huxtable again. It's got a little bit more zip than the Bloods at the moment, but Lachlan Walker stole a ball that Huxtable didn't want. So Liam Carter wheels onto the right boot, and there's the response Bloods fans wanted.
Great persistence there from Lockie Walker to be able to split the pack there and get the ball forward. I think it looked a bit far gone. It looked like Huxtable was going to run away with it, but he got a little bit of fortune, went forward, and another great finish from Liam Carter there. And just like we said earlier, things can change so quickly. Yeah,
ball handling, it's an underrated skill. Second and third touch, Huxtable, very unlike him, and it's stolen away, and they cop the ultimate penalty, as the Bloods have on occasions earlier in this term. So the old touch of the fumbles, that's probably the best way to describe it. It's happened a few times in this opening term from both sides. No ruckman can gain any real advantage. Jack Walker, swinging a miss by foot, umpire call, play on. Gathered there by Fulton. It went wide. Nixon looks dangerous here. Can he feed the ball? He can. McCreary, squaring kick was good. We'll go back and have a shot on goal here. And it'll be Locke again. He should have the confidence up after his previous finish. Deep in time on in this entertaining opening term. And a chance for the Cobras to get the lead back to 17. And Locke to join Liam Carter on the goal front with 2 apiece. And it's left every bit left. You'll only get so many opportunities against the Bloods. 4-7-31 Bacchus Marsh lead Melton 3-1-19. 2-goal ball game here at Mattingly Park. Sun streaming down, no real breeze to speak of. Liam Carter covered the ground and took a mark a mile away from home, albeit on half back. But we spoke about the work rate of Liam Carter, and no Ryan Carter today. Both of them certainly cover the ground as they released the ball to Phillips, who found Davis, who ran onto that left boot and went wide to Cotter. Marked comfortably despite the attention of Huxtable. Fed the ball along the line. The kick was good. Handling made a rare error aerially. McCreary. Cobbra's got numbers again. So Penny, high up and under kick to a one-on-one. Nixon did well. Cotter got the fall of the ball, but turned it over to Huxtable. Squarey kick. Lock again. Well, it might be McKercher on this occasion. It is the little man. So McKercher needs to get some bang for buck for the Cobras for time spent in their front half. And while it hasn't been the most cohesive display with ball in hand from the Bloods in this opening term, they need to be made to pay, because they'll surely have their moments throughout the afternoon with momentum. So to be McKercher. Kicks on its way. They should come from everywhere, the Cobras. McKercher kicked the first goal of the term and the final goal of the term as they celebrate in unison, the Cobras. That was the confidence builder they needed going into the quarter-time break and the deserved reward. So, 2 goals for McKercher, and the Cobras now have 5. They're 5-7-37. They lead Melton 3-1-19. 3-goal advantage. That's about par on what we saw for that term, Alex.
Yeah, exactly right. I think we were intending to see a Bacchus Marsh fast start, especially with the pressure on early, which they were able to do. And as you said, they were a little bit scrappy with the way they were moving the ball forward, but they were getting it forward, and they were getting it forward well. They were just getting in good spots forward. I think I noticed that as well, which allowed them to put that forward pressure on. But when they were looking for options inside 50, they had an open man more often than not, which really helped able to get those set shots on goal. I think it's a fantastic start from the Backers, and being up is where you want to be, so they'll be very happy with that.
Yeah, it's arguably their best opening term against quality opposition for the season, and they're having a bad run there with opening terms, trying to play catch-up footy. But the Cobras, 5-7-37, lead Melton 3-1-19. Let's take a look at the goal scorers. McKercher has 2 for Bacchus Marsh. McCreary, Nixon and Lockett 1 apiece. Whilst for Melton, Liam Carter has 2, Braden Kite 1. Alex, we'll just get some scores from around the grounds before we take a break here.
Yep, it's all even at Sebass versus Sunbury with 56-56. They were at half time, so a nice, strong, close contest there, which we were expecting to see. Bacchus Marsh obviously lead Melton. Lake Wendouree versus North Ballarat, it is 12-6 North Ballarat's way. Ballarat Swans lead East Point 25-17. So very interesting score there, that's for sure.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. And no doubt there'll be a breeze at Eastern Oval, and no scores out of City Oval will.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated with that, but at the moment, still nothing.
Yeah, we'll get a score from Sammy in a moment, who's covering the game today up there for 3BH. Bacchus Marsh, who lead Melton by 18 points here at the first change. They're up and about the Cobras. Bloods need to correct and get it done quickly.
There are certain things in life that just go well together, like the new Big Arch and layers of delicious melty cheddar cheese. Mmm, cheese. New Big Arch for Big Macca's hunger.
Welcome back to Mattingly Park. And it's Bacchus Marsh who lead the reigning premiers Melton by 18 points in BFNL's match of the round, this round 15 fixture. Melton, of course, 0-6 heading in against top 4 opposition ahead of this game with a losing average of 27.5 points. And the Bloods have lost their last 4. Bacchus Marsh in this contest. Get a ball up. And the Bloods just a bit off in that opening term. They had a bit of the ball, but gee, the accountability of the Bloods was very good. Of the Cobras was excellent.
Yeah, they made the start they were definitely after here, and it looks like they're going to be doing much of the same.
And here's their main man, Huxtable. Well, he's gone. Gee, just as I was about to give him a rap, he was tackled, taken to the ground there by Davis. So poor awareness there from Huxtable on the back of a fumble that cost the Cobras a goal late in that opening term. So the Davis kick. Kabarkovic, hand pass meant for Penny. Attack on the footy, good. Release the ball. Chance for Scartamarglia. Good hand pass to Huxtable, who got it towards Parente, who went forward. Nice grab over the back taken there by Mawson on Nixon, who's going to be a clear target for the Cobras this afternoon. And this exit, their first couple of kicks have been okay, and it's been the third one that's let them down. But Watkins goes short to Borg. Expect a bit of spike in concentration and execution from the Bloods in this term. They were certainly denied both in that opening term. Heaney got an important fist on it to a dangerous area. Gertz gathered and gave it to Gates, whose vision was good. Found Kabarkovic, who's quite the distributor for the Cobras, interleague representative, and went over the head of Smith. Ball was a bit of a leg break on this Mattingly Park. Gathered, shark there by Nixon. Territory gain. Tyrrell dropped what he should have taken. And a let off there for the Bloods as Hanley smashed the ball towards outer centre wing. Liam Carter presented and got it to Walker. He'll steady the ship with a wide kick to Button. He couldn't hang on. Liam Carter with another effort. Inboard to Walker. Fed the ball towards Cotter, who went quick by hand to Lachlan Walker, who found Ericsson. And they went forward. Chance here for the Bloods. Good defence there from the Cobras. Gramble opportunity by Heaney. Fed the ball by hand back to Lachlan Walker. And in front, Manito, strong grab.
Very strong grab there by Manito, and some very open play here. Not many stoppages to speak of. And the ball just moving around very well. You can see both teams set up really well on the wings, making it very hard for some free-flowing ball movement. The ball has been pretty scrappy, but the Bloods have been able to manufacture a scoring shot here.
And this to narrow the margin to 2 goals in the opening 3 minutes. So Manito, normally a trusty boot, doesn't let his team down. They get one back, the Bloods.
He's a beautiful striker of the footy. He loves a long ball, and when it's that goal, it's even better. So he's very reliable from around the arc.
It's a rare set shot for Manito. One could have been forgiven for thinking that he'd rather have had the shot on the run from 60. But an important goal early in this second term to steady the ship for the Bloods. Just the 5 scoring shots to Bacchus Marsh's 12. And 12 happens to be that margin 3.5 minutes into this entertaining second term, and a decent crowd in attendance too, Alex.
Yeah, of course. It's always a great day when you get some good weather down at Mattingly Park. You get supporters from both teams, and that's what we've got here today.
Tap one by Gertz. Fulton did well. Oh, that was solidly net there. Gertz by Suter. Turnover opportunity for the man of the moment, Manito, but turnover kick. They've been good behind the footy today, the Cobras. The kick from Kabarkovic was wide. Now let's negotiate by foot to Craig. That was Taylor with that possession. And the kick from Craig. Gets Kamarkovic, who doesn't mind an uncontested mark. Fed the ball to Fulton. Just got a little push there from Searle, lucky to get away with it. Watkins went back inboard for Jack Walker. Fed the ball by hand to Davis. Went to the voice of Jack Walker, found him. Territory gain forward with no real focus. Really, it was just a territory gain by definition. And another turnover. And a chance here for Huxtable. So he's had a bit of it, Huxtable. And he just goes along the line. Poor kick. Oh, went through the hands of Searle. Turnover opportunity again. Nixon fed it by hand to Smith. Needs to be quick. Oh, and he's just smashed it out of bounds. Cotter ran into a sun-kissed can.
He did. I think he's come off worse for wear as well.
Yeah, well, it didn't change his hair colour. It's the same as the drink. Squaring kick out of defence was a risky one at that, albeit the 45 to true centre half back to Jack Walker. He's had some important touches early in this second turn to Ericsson. Just chipped it over the top. The kick was okay to Button. Kept the pattern of play, running towards Liam Cutter. He's going to be a handful this afternoon. Lowered the eyes to half forward, and Kite presented. So from the corner, goes wide to the pocket. Bouncing ball over the head of all and rolled over the line for a boundary throw in. So bit of slingshot footy there from the Bloods. Seemingly gone from half back to a throw in adjacent to the behind post in 4 possessions.
Yeah, it's much better ball movement, something they'll definitely be looking to have approached at quarter time and put into effect here in this second term.
Bloods in attack here. The Cobras trying to defend, and they do so through Kamarkovic with a clearing kick. Favourable bounce for Gates. The kick was poor, it was cut off there by Watkins. So they're going to be made to earn this lead here, the Cobras, which is 12 points at the moment. They go wide of the pocket. Heaney with the second attempt, wide of the push, denied by the umpire. Somehow ended up in his possession again off the ricochet. And we'll get a ball up 50 metres away from the Bloods goal. Tap one by Gertz. Ground level opportunity. It was all a bit too easy. Kamarkovic is starting to have an impact. He got it to Gates. Went with another territory game. Under pressure, one bounce over the line. And they'll get a throw in. Attacking side of centre wing, out of side of the ground for the Cobras. So we'll endeavour to get you a score at quarter time. Darley 36, Renan 19. Will Johnson has 3 for the Devils in his return game. Throw in. Tap one there by Searle. Hurried kick there from Walker. Found Davis. Fed the ball by hand to Lachlan Walker. They gave it to Watkins. Half volley gathered from Heaney was terrific. Good defence shown there by the big fella there in Jones. And they got the advantage through Fulton. Gee, there's a Huxtable on both sides of the ground at the moment. And he goes into the pocket to a 2-on-1. Well, Nixon did well to deny the Bloods with his body work. Parente did well, pushed forward, went by hand to Nixon. Dangerous around goal. But this time off to the right and through for a minor score. So that would have been the square up on the goal front for this term. And the Cobras have been able to do that and some to date. But just on that occasion, Nixon ill-directed. So Smith's got a couple to beat. Now McCreary could have been held. Umpire said no. Ball spat out the back to Ferrugia. Got it to Walker. He's had more of it than anyone in this second term. Searle searching hand pass to Davis, who fed it to Ferrugia, who got it to the dangerous Borg, who went wide to the pocket. Kite's got some separation and the agility. Forced to release the ball by hand. Not out of trouble yet, the Cobras. Russell's kick across the body. Missed to the left and through for a minor score.
Yeah, we're disappointed with that, Zachy Russell. A clear opportunity to score a goal there. Had a bit of a let off there from Bloods.
Short kick out of defence. Bit of copy-paste version of the pattern of the Cobras this year to Kamarkovic, who marks uncontested in the defensive pocket. And he goes with a high up and under kick. So Gertz and Tyrrell, neither big man can touch the footy. Turnover opportunity for Ferrugia, who fed the ball by hand to Handley, to Cotter. Shallow entry inside 50. Ground ball opportunity for Liam Carter, and it's stolen away him by Jones. Taylor, a couple of the young ones combined. Good pressure on the ball there by Davis. Gathered by Russell. A chance to atone, and he's missed again. So 2 real genuine opportunities there for Russell. Just lacks composure on both opportunities to finish.
Yeah, he'll be ruining those too, but it's about now how he bounces back. They've got the pressure on now, the Bloods, and they've been able to get the ball forward consistently, so at least that's their positive.
So Scartamalia, without any vision, just pumped it forward, and Phillips dropped, made a rare error, opened the door for the Cobras, chipped over the top by Parente. Geez, you want to be quick to catch McKercher. He turns on a dime and kicks it across the body. Opportunity here for Salmon, who marks uncontested in the end. And the Bloods left to rue that rare error of Phillips. He just misjudged that footy, Alex.
Yeah, that's it. Obviously, he'll know that was a clear opportunity that he'd usually take. But I just want to highlight the Bacchus Marsh boys there. McKercher and, to be able to then mop up from that horrible bounce that he copped there, to be able to snap that ball forward and now get a clear opportunity on goal, that's fantastic.
So it'll be Salmon, who misses off to the right.
Jay Whiz, they're keeping both teams in it here.
Yes. Yeah, better remind them it's higher score wins. Ball comes back into play to Watkins. He's been asked to return the ball to Cotter, whose percentage of efficiency with that release kick is very high. As he trots away, he'll feed this ball by hand to Mawson from the defensive 50. Along the line, little breeze left to right, made it difficult for Heaney, but he kept some degree of control. Tyrrell did well, fed it to LaFranchi, and down the ground against Farrugia, and Parente will take the resultant free kick 55 metres out from goal.
Could be in range here, Parente. Don't think he's afraid to give it a roost.
Well, we'll see how he goes. He'll go to the pocket, looking for Gertz. Over his head, excellent spoil on the footy there from Cotter in his return game. Good to see him moving freely, Alex.
Yeah, very valuable player to have back in the side, especially, and he's moving very well, and he's looking 100%, so that's great news for the Bloods.
Cobra's in attack again here. 5-9, 14 scoring shots to 7. Get some bang for buck, boys. McCreary couldn't keep it in front of him, has the tackle. Gee, there's some intent there. Good hard player, McCreary. He'll end up with double-figure tackle numbers today, whether McMahon likes it or not. Tap one by Searle. And you can add that one to the list. As he grabbed Phillips and denied him.
Vice-like grip.
A handball exit, and you were saying last week at the North Ballarat game how difficult Phillips is to move. Ball up, Searle again. Not out of trouble yet, the Bloods. Kick across the body, attempt on goal from Craig. Missed everything, out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, poor execution, but some great ruck work there, and a great rove there from Craig. That's something that they need, the Bacchus Marsh boys. They need to capitalise on those opportunities, and they're getting first use. That's something we like to talk about as well, especially with the amount of ruck taps the Goats is winning.
So just looking up at the each-way scoreboard, 12.5 minutes gone. 12-point lead to the Cobras. Jack Walker again, high up and under kick, barely went the required. Gee, Finlay dropped what he should have taken. And Fulton has a handball give, but spin it before he had it. And we'll get a boundary throw in, true outer side. Centre wing. Perfect conditions for footy here.
Oh, it's fantastic.
As we say goodbye to June and July. We've been relatively lucky throughout this year on Saturdays. McCreary just needs to sit for him. It did. Fulton took on the tackle, were forced to release the ball. Now the running Borg took a bounce and went with the right foot out wide into the pocket. It just needs to sit for Heaney. Ran to his left side, but the pressure was terrific. Borg follows up. Needs to force to apply the tackle. Not out of trouble yet. The Cobras, as Russell sends that ball to the danger zone. 2 Cobras fly. Huxtable stayed at ground level. Fed the ball by hand to LaFranchi. High up and under kick there from Goebel. Went off hands. Umpires picked out a free kick here again. It's going to be for a throw. And might have come on the edge of the special comments over the back. Age 8 or under. McCreary. So we'll send the ball to centre wing. Huxtable, excellent use of the body, couldn't hang on. Forced to do all the work on his own because the Cobras had the outnumber through McMahon, who fed it to Farrugia, who got it to Jack Walker, who went to Kite on the bounce, didn't quite sit up for him. Davis tackled, taken to the ground. Umpire called play on. Heaney across the body to the danger area. And it gets knocked through for a rushed behind. So It's been an almost term from both sides on the offensive front, which can only highlight really the positive pressure of both defences. So they'll come along the line here. Suter, look out. Smith got him from the back and ran off the bench, if you don't mind. Like a thief in the night. Chance for McMahon. He's gone. That's good pressure. And Shea will take the resultant free kick. Doesn't get a handball give around him, so it goes short to Kamarkovic. Goes inboard. That's a good kick. Found LaFranchi, who went wide to Penny on half back. That's good transition from the Cobras. Goebel sent it wide. Good stretch from Salmon, who marked just inside the boundary line. He go inboard to Fulton and found him. This is good play, good retention from the Cobras. Then he'll go onto that favourable left boot and goes long. Players set themselves. Ground ball opportunity for Locke. Threw it away. Lucky to get away with that. Hurried kick out of the congestion for the Cobras. To Cotter, to Jack Walker, inboard, good handball to Farrugia. Clever little chip over the top. Got it to the running Ericsson. Keep the pattern of play rolling forward to Braden Kite. Onto the right boot he goes. Executes into the pocket, overcooked the kick, meant for Russell. Cut off by Finlay. And they'll switch play to Kamarkovic, who runs beyond the defensive goal square with a running bounce and another. And goes with the right boot out in the direction of Nixon. Somehow kept it in momentarily before the boundary umpire said, no, bring it back. We'll throw it in on half forward broadcast side for the Bloods.
Yeah, I thought he did pretty well there. I thought he might have just kept that in. Tried to disguise it, but the boundary umpire was well onto his gun.
16 and a half minutes gone, second term here. It was a high-scoring opening term. It's subsided for the most part in this second term. How about the tackle from McCreary on Farrugia?
Would not want to be on the receiving end of
No. Ball up. Farrugia, hurried kick forward. Ground ball opportunity. Gathered by Ericsson. Could get a hold here, and he will. So a free kick to Ericsson. He lowers the eyes. And the kick was good enough to Braden Kite. Deliberate shot on goal here directly in front from the Bloods captain.
He loves it out in front. It was a great kick there by Ericsson. Knew that he had the space in front of him to run and jump, and he usually makes you pay with that kind of space. So let's see if he can go back and convert.
Yeah, he's quite the hybrid type. He can play tall, Kite, and dangerous at ground level. Kicks on its way. Oh, he's off to the left, so another opportunity gone begging, this time for the Bloods. 11-point ball game. So Kamarkovic marks that kick in, copy-paste, went in the Nixon direction. Some good aerial pressure and distraction there from Cotter before he's forced to apply the tackle and deny Nixon, and we'll get a ball up.
Yeah, Bacchus really struggling here to get clean exit out of their back half. I feel like there's been a lot of stoppages here on this wing.
Ball up, tap one by Gertz. Lockton Walker held up. And we'll get a repeat stoppage. So Bacchus Marsh have kicked two behinds this term to Melton's 1-4. Umpire picked out a free kick here. It's going to go the way of the Bloods. And Lockton Walker, who's an integral part of the defensive midfield of the Bloods. Right foot kick, cut off there by LaFranchi. And getting out the back there was Gates, who took a running bounce across the middle of the ground and needs to exit well, and almost did to Huxtable. Handley provided the support, went by hand to Mawson. Spatial awareness, let him down, and Craig will run into an open goal. Stole his lunch money and spent it in a second. Craig gets his first, and the Cobras square the ledger for a goal apiece in this second term, and the margin restored to 16.
Yeah, well, it was a great defensive effort there by Craig to capitalise on that little bit of a lapse of error from Mawson there and get the smother, run into an open goal. And I think it was just on the back of their ability to get some clean ball movement through the middle of the ground. They just haven't been able to exit their defensive half this quarter in a free moving motion. And this is what happens when they're able to. They're able to get a score on the board, and it's a goal which has been hard to come by this quarter. So very good there by the Cobras.
What a response it's been from the Cobras. 47 points down at halftime last week against East Point. And today, 16 points up against the reigning premiers. They've been very good. So it'll be Lachlan Walker, who fed it to Manito, who found Scoble, who lowered the eyes. The kick was good to Ericsson. He's got McMahon broadcast side if he wants him. Hasn't even seen him yet. So the right foot kick goes in the direction of Manito. Turnover opportunity. Scardamaglia went by hand to LaFranchi. McCreary had to stop and wait. He's under the pump here. Forced to apply another tackle. Advantage paid to Ericsson, who went to the pocket. Ground ball opportunity. Carter can't keep it in. Either could Goebel, and it's rolled over the line for a boundary throw-in. Boundary throw to take place. Bloods in attack here. Just inside time on. Second term, Bacchus Marsh lead by 16 points. It'll be Gertz. Coming over the back. Didn't impact anybody. Look out. Braden Kite. Kick across the body. Bouncing ball. Gee, Kovacevic did well to get a hand on it. And the Bloods fifth behind of the term.
He'll be very disappointed with that contact there, Braden.
Ball comes back into play. McKercher in the shadows. Took a nice grab and just tipped it over the top to Fulton. A popular recruit, both on and off field for the Cobras. Helicopter-like kick. Gertz was strong over Ericsson. Was David and Goliath-like.
Yeah, not the matchup that you'd definitely be after if you're on the Blood side of things, but a nice strong mark there by Gates.
So the kick goes wide to outer side centre wing, and Jones, poor hand pass, made it difficult for Kovacevic, and Scoble ensured Kovacevic didn't get a ball on his own terms. And the Bloods, well, general played through the middle of the ground, get a let off. Cobras denied an entry. 6:9:45 Bacchus Marsh. Melton 4:6:30. 22 minutes gone opening term. Throw in. Searle won the tap over the back. Scoble knocked off it there by McCreary, who fed the ball by hand towards Scardamaglia. But his kick's been read well off the boot by Cotter. Okay, broadcast side to Manito, who feeds the ball towards Heaney. Good stretch and gather. G. Gates is sore, so Heaney sent the ball forward. Kite's got a couple to beat. Ground level opportunity. Good pressure there from the Cobras defence. And we're going to ball up 55 metres away from the Bloods goal.
Yeah, a little ginger here, Gates. He'll be coming off after that contest with Heaney.
So we'll endeavour to get you an update score in a moment from the remaining 4 BFNL games going on around. Gertz went boundary side with the tap. It was a good one to Scardamaglia. He got another territory gain out in the Huxtable direction, and he somehow kept it in, one of very few that could. So it'll be Huxtable along the line to McCreary. So McCreary's physicality, very important today. To the right foot kick, wide to the pocket, out the direction of Nixon. He's run out of territory, it's gone over the line. We'll get a boundary throw in, 60 metres away from the Cobra goal.
All right, we'll get a few scores out here. We've got Sabas versus Sunbury. Sabas up 64-57. Redan and Darley 25-55 Darley's way. So Darley able to kick away in this second term.
Boundary throw in. Tap one by Gertz. He had no support in front of him. It was meant for, well, McCreary in the end. He's been forced to release the footing and was penalised for a throw. And he'll go to Borg. So Borg to weigh up the options. He threads the needle. Didn't go the required, said the umpire, but Watkins had some momentum. and sent the ball forward to half forward. How's the bounce there for Farrugia? Just swamped on that footy and sent it forward. Bouncing ball going to find its way through for another behind. So the Bloods' efficiency on goal, as I wrote up in the preview heading into this game, found wanting again.
Hasn't been pretty this year.
No, 48%, down 15% on last year, and at the moment they're sitting at 4-7. So Penny the Fly, aerially, the Cobra's best. And he'll send the ball forward to Gertz. He can go with quick hands to McCreary, but McCreary was already gone, so he'll go to the next option in Kabarkovic, who ran off half back. Ground ball opportunity, Watkins. Nearly a throw in the end to Handley. Little sidestep on Nixon was good. Didn't get any pressure to release that ball. Oh, Penny! No, it was Kabarkovic, was it? No, I got it right the first time. Penny. Sent the ball towards half back, poor kick, turnover opportunity. Kite gave it back to Parente. And oh dear, the Bloods lucky. An over the shoulder free kick. Going to go the Bloods' way to Jack Walker. Cut off again. This time by Goebel. The siren sounds for half time here at Mattingly Park in BFNL's match of the round. That term, gee, the Bloods had kicked the first goal of that term. They booted 1 goal 6 to Bacchus Marsh's 1 goal 2. So the nature of the high scoring came to a halt, but a little bit of their own faults at either end, Alex. But on the whole, it's all about Bacchus Marsh and their accountability.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like both teams, especially that quarter, just were able to let them off and keep this game wide open. It's anyone's game going into the second half, and I feel like the ball movement hasn't been great, but it's been pretty open. Not too many stoppages, but there's been a lot of contests. So, yeah, it's a game that can go either way at the moment. It feels like it's on tipping point. But yeah, a quarter that neither team was really able to capitalise. But yeah, the Bloods will be happy with how they've been able to contain Bacchus Marsh in their forward half. I feel as though the ball lived mostly in there that quarter compared to what it did in the first term. But yeah, still a lot of positives for Bacchus Marsh, and they'll love going into half time with the lead, that's for sure. Yeah,
the absence of Jacob Hickey's palpable in this Bloods team. He's two-way running. While Jack Walker was very good in that term and a solid player by definition, just what he and Hickey as a duo can combine to do to impact games, and clearly since the injury of Hickey, Melton have been below their best. It's Bacchus Marsh here at half-time, 6-9-45. He'll lead Melton 4-7-31. Something needs to change for the Bloods. Outside of Hickey, more often than not, their next best 5 players over the last period have been defenders, and they had 5 players that averaged 20 disposals or more, and 3 or 4 of them are defenders, Alex. It's a strange dynamic with the Bloods, but that turnover game off half-back, whilst it's been on their terms for quite some time, it's just not working for them at the moment.
No, that is true, Toddy. You see that is the main key to the Bloods game. Obviously, getting that ball off half back and moving it forward, and they usually are the ones that get the big numbers, as you said. But yeah, as JH being out, obviously, is a big kick in a game like this, where Bacchus Marsh, obviously, they're so midfield oriented, and they get their hard ball in their contest. That's the main one wood of their play. So. They've been able to capitalise on that early in this game, in this first half, which they'll be very happy with. But I feel like in that second quarter, maybe towards the end, we saw a little bit of a fight back from the Bloods mids that were able to, make it more of a contest and limit the free ball movement that the Bacchus Marsh mids usually get. But it's going to make for a nice contest in this second half, that's for sure.
Indeed. Hey, it's very rare that you see a goal from 30 centimetres away be a contender for goal of the day, but it was the effort, the smother of Ashton Craig ahead of a intended exit by foot from the Bloods was stolen and finished, and it really gave the Cobras another confidence boost ahead of that 6 or 7 minute period ahead of the half-time break. 6-9-45 Bacchus Marsh lead Melton 4-7-31. The goal scorers for the Cobras, McKercher 2 and 1 each to McCreary, Nixon, Locke and Craig, whilst for Melton, Liam Carter has 2, and 1 each to Braden Kite and Adrian Manito. Of course, Manito kicked that only goal of the second term and quite early on. Guys, we'll take a break and we'll be back with the second half action in around 10 minutes' time.
There are certain things in life that just go well together, like the new Big Arch and layers of delicious melty cheddar cheese. Mmm, cheese. New Big Arch for Big Macca's hunger.
Welcome back to Mattingly Park ahead of the second half action here in BFNL's match of the round. Round 15, Bacchus Marsh lead Melton by 14 points. Been an entertaining free-flowing game of footy. Both sides missed some opportunities. I think the only thing varying on the scoreboard is, well, expected score, but the right team's in front, 45-31. At the restart, Melton a kick to the right of screen. And we'll get a restart. So, Cobras with a deserved half-time lead, Alex.
Yeah, most definitely. They had the pressure on early and they were able to withstand that throughout the rest of the first half. And they start on top here.
Shays well held there by Manito to square away a stoppage. Yeah, the Bloods just seemingly lacking energy. A bit flat today. Credit to the Cobras who brought the heat and the intensity. All up. Tap one there. Well, we'll call it even. Gramble opportunity. Fulton went without it. Borg's held up. And we'll get not dissimilar to last week. Alex, we'll get a third or fourth stoppage in the opening couple of minutes.
It's been rare to see here today, that's for sure.
Yeah. Davis, hurried ball forward. Cut off there by Penny. Went by hand to Gates. Right foot kick to other side centre wing. Salmon leads into the race on Cotter and ran him down. Yeah, it's hard to run away from a Salmon. So he has ball in hand, true centre wing outer side, and goes with the right boot. First forward 50 entry to the Cobras. Tyrrell at the back. Now Tyrrell will take the shot on goal here. He's outside 50, but a good contested mark there from the Burleigh forward, providing an aerial contest in the absence of Jake Owen. So it'll be Tyrrell from outside 50. He's going to have a shot on goal here. High kick off to the right, always right, and rush through for a behind, and not for the first time. Yeah, they've lacked that sort of lead-up player from deep forward today. The Cobras. But they're in front where it matters on the scoreboard. They lead by 15. And here go the Bloods through Heaney on out of centre wing. Fed the ball by hand to Kite. Back to Heaney. Good hand pass. Who just tried to lob it over the top here to Ericsson. Got a favourable bounce in the end. Tried to square the kick. Right foot kick. Umpires picked out a free kick here. Ball picked up the crumb with the advantage. And the Bloods, not dissimilar to the second term, get the first goal of the quarter.
Yeah, Carter there just with the superior positioning and makes it hard for a defender like Kovacevic, who's obviously a little undersized for someone to play on a player like Liam Carter, and he did the work there with the body and earned the free kick. Borgie was able to just run onto the open goal in the end and make sure of it. Some good play there from the Bloods, and you see that Bacchus Marsh have just been cut open a little bit there. They've started hot early, which they have been looking to do throughout the game so far. So a little bit of fortune there for the Bloods, and they were able to get it up the ground.
Sebastopol lead Sunbury by 17 points. Darley lead Redan by 33. Restart. Tap one by Gertz. Went to the voice of Parente, but he'd already gone. Already left the station, so to speak. Dribbling ball forward there from Walker. Shark there by McMahon. Umpires picked out a free kick. She's 40 metres away, that umpire. He's actually the non-officiating umpire, given the proximity.
Yeah, I think he's done a good job there, though. I think that was a little hold there,
yeah.
So well picked out.
Kovacevic now with ball in hand. Had a good opening half. Gee, it looked like that went into the breeze, that kick. I just didn't time it. So Carter and Manito combined. Running bounce. He's dangerous from here, Manito. Ran to 49. Right foot kick to the danger area. Players set themselves. Good spoil on the footy there from LaFranchi. Find the safety of the boundary line. We'll get a throw in. Bloods deep into attack and working their way back into this game. Well, it's never been beyond them at any stretch.
It has been very close.
Boundary throw in. Tap one by Gertz, went boundary side. Kite fed the ball by hand. opportunity here for Jack Walker. And off to the left and through for a minor score. So Melton 5-8, trail Bacchus Marsh 6-10. Kabarkovic will go out of side. Kick was good. He goes back to Kabarkovic, who went with the right foot to LaFranchi. And he says, come at me. So he kicked into a 2-on-1. Shea was pushed. Umpire called play on. Watkins took them on, was tackled. So too did Fulton by Minito. Now you're in trouble. It's a good tackle from Minito.
Yeah, very good. It was great spread by the Bloods. Good Bloods players there. They were able to turn that ball over. Bacchus Marsh looked like they had some good outlets going forward.
Well, turnover opportunity, very unlike the Bloods there. Huxtable. Well, gee, there's been a lot of turnovers tonight. Call it missed opportunity, call it what you will. Mawson went back with a 45 to Button, who went back to Mawson. And he goes short again to Jack Walker. He's had a bit of it. Right foot kick, shallow entry inside 50. Bloods, the Coppers have got numbers, but just waiting at ground level was Carter. Turnover, Penny, couldn't get it through the traffic. Had to do it himself in the end. Overcooked the hand pass, meant for Parente. Borg, ground ball opportunity. Fed the ball by hand to Suter. Meant for Liam Carter. Turnover, LaFranchi.
He's been very crucial in this last 5 minutes here, LaFranchi. Some crucial one-on-one contests that he's won. It's saving Bacchus down back.
Yeah, he's had a good game. So Finlay gets on the end of this and gave it a go-ball and went with the right boot. The 2 number 9s at it. Phillips got a fist on it. Providing the support there was Handley. Searching hand pass. Got it to Cotter, who went to square the ball and then fed it by hand along the line to Jack Walker, who found Kite. Wasted no time playing on and went into the pocket looking for Liam Carter on Kabarkovic. LaFranchi's had a good game. Sees it over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Yes, yeah, I did want to touch on what you mentioned before. Obviously, a lot of turnovers, a lot of errant kicks that we've seen across the day, and that's definitely nothing to do with the conditions that they've got in front of them. I think it's just the heavy contested pressure and 2 teams that are really desperate for a result here.
Boundary throw-in, Bloods into attack. Tap one by Gertz to the safety of the boundary line. And we'll get a repeat throw-in. Yeah, I guess the turnovers have just stood out because the first 3 in the chain have been really good. It's been impressive and taking the game on. And I guess the anticipation of it continuing has sort of been frustratingly let down at times. Now Fulton sees it over the line after the handball release from Suter. So it's been really good and untidy. Whether, it's been one or the other really today.
That's a good way to describe it.
Throw in, tap one by Searle. Here comes Borg. Quick hands. Right foot kick inside 50. Chance for Liam Carter is held up. So the pressure of both sides on the tackling front's been good today, which is attributed to those turnovers, Alex.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams very good contested at defensively with their tackling pressure, so it's been a good display.
Penny held up there by Borg, and we'll get a ball up just inside the Bloods 50. A 14-point lead is 8 at the moment. Ferrugia one of the high, denied. And we'll get another stoppage. So while we've just been playing near 9 minutes in this third term, I reckon it's the leading stoppage quarter. Not that that means anything. Hurry kick out of the congestion. Clever little touch on the back of Watkins there by Huxtable. It's clever play. So he went long to half forward. Went over the head of Tyrrell. Just so good with their mopping up the Bloods. Mawson to Handley. So Handley can square the ball to Cotter, who marks on through half back, and he lopes away from Tyrrell and wants an option to present. And he goes with the 45 kick out wide there towards Russell. He had a couple to beat. Gee, pressure was good there, 1 out. Oh, and he won the footy. Oh no, over the shoulder. So Gates waste no time. That was a good kick to McCreary. That running pattern out of that contest was good, and he went along to Terrell. He had a bit of it, then spilled it. Not for the first time today.
Another chance going begging.
Exit kick out of defence. Oh, it was well hustled there by Minito, who got it over the top to Cooper. Look out! And he'll square away a stoppage. We'll get a ball up.
He's probably lucky there because that usually they like to take into account that the duck being prior opportunity. So a little bit of luck. Fortunate Cooper there.
8-point lead to the Cobras. 10 minutes into this third term. Tap one by Gertz. Went boundary side. Minito hunting. Kept it inside. Did the don't argue and sent a high ball in the Liam Carter direction. Terrific grab. And he went with the right boot towards Heaney. Got a die about the gather, even though it was a terrible bounce. Oh, he's gone the soccer off the ground. Spoil there from Goebel was enough to get it over the line for a boundary throw-in.
He's one that likes to try and make something out of nothing, Heaney, and that certainly would have been something.
So the Cobras asked to defend and defend this lead of 8 points. Near 11 minutes gone, third term. Solid crowd. Cars right around the perimeter. Tap one by Gertz, who went back boundary side. Not for the first time this afternoon.
An interesting tactic there by Goetz, trying to push it forward like that. I feel like when he's got this option to, tap it basically wherever he wants,
yes,
he'd be looking to try and find a Bacchus Marsh player, but
throw in, and he's done it again. Boundary side. Good smother there from Lachlan Walker. We're going to boundary throw in 45 metres away.
Do find it an interesting tactic deep inside defensive 50, but they've obviously got a plan.
Well, Melton, you're onto it from here. You reckon the Bloods will be onto it from there. Tap one by Gertz. Went boundary side again. Hurried kick, hopeful rather than anything else from McCreary. Didn't clear the danger zone. Be a free kick here against McCreary. His follow-up tackle on Walker was heavy. He's been penalised. And a bit of feel creeping into this game, which has been relatively tame for the most part, Alex.
Yeah, it has. You are right, it has been a little bit tame, but there was a few stoppages around the ground probably early in that quarter.
Oh, and the kick from Jack Walker, who's been arguably Melton's best, has found Braden Kite in the right forward pocket. And a difficult shot on goal here.
Yeah, just pulled up there. As I was saying, it was a bit of a... It looked like some things were simmering, and it thought, there might be a chance where it might boil over a bit and we'd see some push and shove. But yeah, relatively tame, as you said. But now Braden Kite here with a chance to score another goal.
Yeah, he loves these team lifters, and this will truly be a captain's goal in the context of this game. Kicks on its way, goes across the face. Yeah, difficult shot today.
Yeah, it is a difficult kick, but he would be very disappointed that he didn't capitalise there.
So Melton's 9th behind. They're 5-9. They'll trail Bacchus Marsh 6-10. So 11-19 collectively for the afternoon. Kabarkovic marks the kick in from McCreary, who got it back and got plenty of purchase on the ball. Searle! He should give this to Watkins, but he's still there, and he'll send the ball forward himself, the big fella, in the Liam Carter direction. Kite again!
This bloke.
From the side as if he just, a photo bomber,
Yeah, he's
just snuck into the picture.
Yeah, it's so hard to guard, especially deep forward when those long balls are coming in. He's very elusive. You lose him at the contest, and he's able to take marks like that basically uncontested. So that's a credit to his work.
Well, he's kicked 1, 3 and 1 on the full today. He's got a chance to kick goal number 2 and get the Bloods within a point. And he's missed to the left. Another behind for Braden Kite, who kicked the Bloods first of the game. I think he's got 4 behind since. Melton's woes in front of goal continue. 5-10, trails 6-10. So LaFranchi gets a bit on the kick to half back. Tyrrell did all but mark it in the end. Oh, how about that from Lachlan Walker? was unable to sort of come up back underneath himself. That was wanted deliberate by the Bloods, loyal and faithful. And as we say every week on the coverage, Alex, they seemingly don't pay deliberate at the BFNL as they do at the top level.
Yes, that is true, but we saw a couple last week in the wet, which you'd usually be a bit more lenient towards, paying them there, so that's interesting.
Throw in, Gertz grabbed it out of the ruck this time. Now he's held up by Heaney, and we'll get a stoppage. So just the 3 goals kicked collectively from both sides since quarter time. It's gone into a bit of an arm wrestle. Now the dangerous ball. Gathers, did well to keep his feet. Scartamalia's pressure was good. And we'll get a ball up just inside the boundary line, 45 metres away from the Bloods' goal.
Yeah, it's definitely a game that as it's gone on has become more stoppage-based and definitely more contested-oriented, so we'll see how that goes as the game progresses.
Gertz tap got beyond the defensive 50. They've raffled it here, the Cobras. Craig, the beneficiary, sent it forward. Lock at the back, didn't even get a hand on it in the end. Chance of Phillips, fed the ball to Cotter, who's normally steadying by foot. And he was again. Found Handley. Goes with the right boot. Mistimed it. Searle. Oh, nearly brought it down. Perugia. Went along the line in the Carter direction. It was a good effort. Good defensive pressure there from Kamarkovic.
He's got a tough job today, obviously, on Liam Carter, but he's had his moments and his wins as well. So, got to give credit to him there on one of the toughest assignments you could probably get in this competition.
Cobras fighting for their lives this afternoon. A win here would no doubt help their chances. They cling to 5th place on the BFNL table. Suda find it out to Borg. Here's the moment. Scores level here at Manningley Park. Well, Borg was relatively quiet in the opening term. Gee, he sparks been important since then. And they've managed to reel in that deficit, the Bloods, and scores level.
Yeah, well, I think ever since that call against Sunbury where we had the Borg moment last season, you've always been looking for that Borg moment every game he plays. So it usually comes at a crucial time for the team, and that definitely couldn't have been more important in the grand scheme of the game. So our scores are level, and we've got a game on our hands. 17
minutes gone, 3rd term. Cobras fighting to stay inside the 6. Up against the Bloods, just trying to recapture the aura that took him to a premiership in 2024. Gertz fed the ball by hand to Fulton, so an opportunity, a rare moment inside the Cobras front half. Huxtable broke the tackle, sent the ball forward. McKercher at the back. Craig fell over at a crucial time. Needs a handball give. Finally got it. Parente lowered the eyes and sent it wide. It was a good kick. And Scartamalia took an uncontested mark. Can the Cobras get one back quickly? Of course, they've just kicked the 1 goal since quarter time, as the Bloods have been able to work their way back with 3 goals, 9 of their own.
I think we've got to quickly highlight as well that work there from Huxtable, being able to shrug the tackle, look up, hit a target. Obviously, that didn't bring about the scoring shot, but that's what made that play.
Scartamalia. The kick looks good off the boot. The youngster rises to the occasion and gets Bacchus Marsh back in front. It's a 6-point ball game here at Manningley Park. Tick over 18 minutes gone, 3rd term.
Yeah, big goal there by the youngster. Obviously, this team is so youthful, and to have players as young as him being able to roll into this team and make an impact like he has today, he's done some really good things out there. And a goal in this point of the game is very valuable, as we know. So, big moment there by the youngster.
Well, to add Scartamalia's name to the list of goal kickers, I've had to change my A4 sheet from portrait to landscape. But an all-important goal there from Scartamalia. And the youngster, with all that perceived pressure, a lot of it is when you're a young player just in the infancy of a senior career. That'll give him the world of confidence, and hopefully for the Cobras' sake, some for them more collectively. But Perugia, dribbling ball beyond half forward. Ericsson comes out. Fulton was strong. Fed the ball backhand. Craig got a favourable bounce, but the Bloods had numbers through Perugia. Searchy kick meant for Kite. He's normally dangerous around here. He wanted a hold, denied. It was a good effort there from Goebel. Fed the ball inboard. Liam Davis, unmarked. Out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, opportunity goes begging there. Missing Kite in that bit of space in the pocket is one that will definitely go down as a missed opportunity.
Left foot kick, awkward one at that. Penny made it look better than what it was. Fed the ball by hand to Kabarkovic, who's been productive. Excellent ball by Manito on Scartamalia. We'll get a boundary throw in.
Yeah, fantastic defensive effort there by Manito. He's been solid again today.
Bacchus Marsh lead by 6 points. 20 minutes gone. Third term. BFNL match of the round. Stick with us. East Point lead Ballarat by 14 points. Throw in. Gertz. Parente knocked it to his advantage. Manito. And then off the boot of Scartamalia. Over the line for a boundary throw in. True centre wing broadcast side. Under sunny skies here at Mattingly Park. Bacchus Marsh, gee, what a 4 points, premiership 4 points this would be in the context of their season. Given North Ballarat will defeat Lake Windaree and Sebastopol, highly likely have got Sunbury covered. So a spot inside the 6 up for grabs for the Cobras. But Melton keen to regain some form of their own. Jack Walker wanted a hold, denied by the umpire. And we'll get a ball up. A trip. So Jack Walker. So ironically, the Cobras kicked their goal when Walker was off having a spell. Sent it into the Liam Carter direction. Through the hands of Jones. Umpires picked out a free kick. It's going to go against the Cobras. It'll go to Liam Carter. And he'll have a shot on goal here. 35 metres out. Near directly in front. Chance to kick his third of the afternoon. And a chance to square away the scores at 52 apiece.
Yeah, it was a nice kick by Jack Walker into that contest there. Obviously, it probably didn't work out the way they exactly wanted it, with Liam Carter having to contest a 3-on-1. But he was able to earn the free kick from his good positioning, and hopefully he can go back here and kick a goal.
So Liam Carter for his third goal. Deliberate approach. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. Scores level again here at Mattingly Park, a most entertaining PFNL match of the round. Here, 22 minutes gone. It's 7 goals, 10 apiece. Liam Carter with 3 goals.
Yeah, the Blood's definitely been on top in this last 10 minutes. Obviously, that goal against the Grain by Bacchus Marsh was able to level things up. And now we're back to, put Bacchus Marsh in front. Now we're back to a level playing field, 52 points apiece. And this game just gets even better.
Well, if the Cobras thought this game was difficult, it's not going to get any easier for the remainder up against the quality opposition that is the Bloods. Ball up, tap one well. Gertz grabbed it in the end. Important little territory going to half forward. McCreary. Gee, got a terrible bounce. Gee, luck can be a fortune in this game. Exit kick for the Bloods went beyond the middle of the ground. Davis and Russell. Tackle. Umpires letting it go here. If the umpires lost both their whistles, we'll get a ball up. Finally. Attacking side of the middle of the ground for the Bloods. Scores level. Ferrugia wanted to push as Gertz just muscled him out of the way and tumbled the ball to half forward. Tyrrell the fly, couldn't gather. Opportunity there for Locke. He sent the ball forward to a 2-on-1. How's the grab if you don't mind? Salmon. Gee, normally when salmon jump like that, they get picked up by a bear.
Oh, it was a great leap and a great mark there, and a great opportunity here for Bacchus Marsh to hit the lead again. He wins the 2-on-1 with a nice grab and has a prime chance to be kicking a goal.
Yeah, this is an important finish here for Salmon. Kicks on its way. Oh, it's missed to the left. Bit of anguish there from the loyal and faithful up there in the social club here at Cobraland.
They do hit the front though.
Yeah, 1 point ball game in favour of the Cobras. That's Salmon's missed a couple. So Cotter lopes away and sent it to outer centre wing. And so often the target is Liam Carter. And he rolls around onto the right boot. Kite! Got it! Only Cobras in front. So he just chips it over the top, and the kick was okay to Cooper. He can find his fellow left footer in Davis. Met solidly, just bounced back up. Well there, Davis.
Yeah. Bit unlucky with the free kick there. I think that was a pretty even contest.
So Davis from outside 50 overcooked the kick. And it's the youngster there in Jones who's just telling everybody to take a breath and
take the sting out of it.
Yeah, why not in your first game or second game? Tumbling left foot kick beyond half back. Cotter the pressure. They had plenty of it in front there. The Cobras a good mark at the end to Parente. He's had a good day. Good day between the arcs. He's the workhorse. So go with the right boot. Poor kick in the end. Gave Nixon no hope. Phillips at the turnover. Went into the middle of the ground to Watkins, who took on Smith and got around him and went with the right boot towards Liam Carter. Ground ball opportunity. Finlay leads into the race to the ball. Will it sit up for him at will? Good pressure from Cooper. But the kick was good and found Gates.
Yeah, it's a good outlet kick to get there under pressure.
Chips it over the top to Jones as the siren sounds here at Mattingly Park. 3/4 time. Gee, it was a short quarter, just went a tick over 25 minutes. But it's Bacchus Marsh who lead, 7:11:53. Melton 7:10:52. The Cobras, well, they'll need to find because the Bloods are coming. The goal scorers for the leading Bacchus Marsh, McKercher 2 and 1 each to McCreary, Nixon, Locke, Craig and Scartamalia. Whilst for Melton, Liam Carter has 3 and 1 each to Kite, Manito and Borg. So Bacchus Marsh took a 14-point lead into that third term. They now lead by 1 as the Bloods booted 3-3 for the term to Bacchus Marsh's 1-2, and what was looking like a high-scoring affair in the opening term with 55 points scored on its own. And the game has petered out into, positively into an arm wrestle. Every possession hard fought for, Alex.
Yeah, exactly right. I think that's, as we did talk about earlier in that third term, it's a game that's evolved into a contested battle with, territory being more of the option. It hasn't been a lot of clean ball, and on a day like this, it's fascinating if that hasn't been the case. But I think the Bloods were definitely able to get on top there. Probably didn't capitalise as much as they probably should have with the amount of ball they had in their forward half, but Bacchus Marsh were able to slingshot and they had their opportunities, didn't take them all, but enough to keep the lead going into the last quarter, and it sets up for a massive last term.
Yeah, stick with us via the BFNL Match Centre. It's the Cobras who lead by 1 point, a spot in the 6 on the line for the Cobras tonight, because we'll just get a score from around the grounds, and that will validate the importance of a win here for the Cobras.
Yeah, so in the Sebastian-Sunbury game, I believe that Sunbury have been able to win 96-83, so a 13-point win there for Sunbury, a big win against Sebas, that's for sure. Darley lead Redan 71-44. North Ballarat lead Lake Windaree 112-30, and East Point lead Ballarat Swans 91-53.
Yes, interesting. Well, Sebas, yeah, maybe. Well, when I chat to you off air, I thought, well, somebody got a better side on paper, but it's just the way they're travelling at the moment, and what was on the line for the Borough, yeah, they're just unable to get it done. Tony Locke will be disappointed with that. So there's a mini let-off for the Cobras, who cling to 5th place, and they're in with a real show here to get that an extra 4-point advantage on the Borough.
Yeah, it's right. It's a game that's definitely in the balance going into the last quarter, and neither team being out of it makes for a great watch for the game of the round.
Guys, stick with us. We've got the game on. It's the match of the round. Bacchus Marsh lead Melton by a point. Rejoin us in 5 minutes.
There are certain things in life that just go well together, like the new Big Arch and layers of delicious melty cheddar cheese. Cheese. New Big Arch for Big Macca's hunger.
Welcome back to Mattingly Park. It's the match of the round. It's living up to the billing. Bacchus Marsh lead Melton by 1 point. Sunbury have defeated Sebastopol, so that's good news for the Cobras. Gertz won the first tap. Lachlan Walker got some separation, went with the old-fashioned torp to half forward. Bouncing ball. Chance here for Zach Russell. Bit it over the top. Just a space in the end. Kavakovic has had a good game. Right foot kick across the body. And Gates has been important between the arcs, providing an aerial option. He's just bereft of option for the moment. You'd anticipate Gertz with his height advantage to be the target. He just needs to work off Searle. Poor kick in the end. Went through the hands of Mawson. Gathered by Heaney. McCreary was swarming. Ended up with a footy. Went to where Gertz was, not where he was going. And Suter with the turnover kick. But it's been cut off there at half forward. And an inadvertent contact with the head on Taylor. And went to Kavakovic. Released the ball by foot. Tyrrell didn't get a hand on it. Heaney went back through Searle, in fact. Fed the ball by hand to Borg. He's been good in the second half. Got it back from Suter. And ran his measure. Good pressure there from Nixon. Oh, he's gone to ground now. He's in trouble. That's holding the ball. The right call. Just lost his footing there at the crucial time, Alex.
Yeah, he did himself a mischief there. He was throwing away, and when you fall over right next to an opponent, it's never usually a good outcome.
Kavakovic has had plenty of it. Switch play to Penny, and got it to Goebel, and kept the running play going, and back to Penny, and went into the middle of the ground. Good stretch, and overhead grab taken there by Phillips, who'll look to repel for the Bloods, and he went to the outer side half forward and found Liam Carter. So he's really kept the Bloods in it in the front half. Liam Carter with his marking ability.
Wonder what the mark tally is.
Chips it into the pocket to Cooper. So he's got no Liam Carter in front of him because that's where he got it, but it wouldn't have mattered. He kicked it into the man on the mark. Gee, Liam Carter's nearly going to end up with this. Look at him go. Fed the ball by hand to Ericsson. Now on his right boot. There's a shot on goal and kicks it out of bounds on the full. And not for the first time for the Bloods today.
No, not at all. That's a very big opportunity going begging there. It just didn't feel like it was really happening. It was just a little pot shot at goal from the boundary.
So it's the penetration kick of Kavakovic beyond half back again. Button stole it, gave it to Cotter, fed it to Jack Walker's been good. Lowered the eyes, look out, Kite!
He's about to call that a few times today.
Wow. He'd bob up in his suit, Braden Kite. Kicked the first goal of the afternoon for the Bloods today. But no more important shot on goal than this one to give the Bloods the lead. Worst result to tie the scores. Kicks on its way, loves a captain's goal, and he's threaded it through. And the Bloods, they lead by 5 points after an arm wrestle for the best part of 2 and a bit quarters to reel in that deficit, Alex.
Yeah, I think you credit the build-up play there. A player like Jordan Cotter, who hasn't been in the side for a number of weeks now, able to get the ball moving off the defensive line and get the ball forward and hit up Braden Kite, which probably something the Bloods have been lacking in the past couple of weeks before their win against North Ballarat last week. But that chain of ball movement, something off half-back, as you were speaking of, the big numbers across half-back we haven't been seeing, he's key to that.
Now, will the Bloods go on with it? And we're warm favourites heading in. But the Cobras have been stoic and have led for the most part. Ground ball. Jack Walker at the bottom of the pack. He's been important with the link up in the chain. Jack Walker. Ball up. Tap one by Searle. You can hear the slap of the ruckman. And Shea was courageous. Fed the ball by hand to Gates. Excellent effort there by Cotter. Somehow he ended up with the footy and went with the outside of the right boot, and there's Gates again. Been good. Took a running bounce. Huxtable applies the pressure on Borg, and he just chips it over the top. And Nixon had to grab that below the ankles. Now the Cobras, they've just kicked 2 goals since quarter time. They need to find a way to score. And he just chips it over the top to McCreary. Clever kick from Nixon. Well weighted one at that. Right foot kick, penetrating one. But getting back there was Suter. It was a hopeful kick rather than anything else. Distance was always beyond him.
Trying to take advantage of that little space out the back. Obviously, he didn't really have many options leading up at him. Try to go himself. Didn't quite work out.
So it's a behind. Margin now reduced to 4. So Suter played on and went backwards into behind the goal line.
Not the smartest thing he's done, but
no. So hence, this is not my go, and gave it to Geordie Cotter, who ran away with the bounce and got the overlap hand pass. He'll get it back here. He's been important in his first game back. Cotter, look out, shrug tackle, and sent the ball to outer centre wing. And Liam Carter. While Kovacevic has had a good game, so too has Liam Carter. Wouldn't be surprised if both were in their best. Lachlan Walker gave it a Button with momentum, got plenty through the kick. Faruja got it. Excellent grab there from Faruja. And he is an integral part, while most players are, given the even nature of the Bloods lineup. Just his versatility, forward, back, pinch hit in the ruck.
Yeah, exactly right. He's a player that's very versatile. He started his senior career down back, then he went forward, and then he moved into the midfield to try and play a makeshift ruck role, and he's done a great job at that, and he's a premiership player because of it.
Yeah, justly rewarded by his peers as the interleague captain. Makes no mistake, Faruja. He gets his first, and Melton get their first bit of separation of the afternoon. It's out to a 13-point lead. Melton 9-10, 64. Lead Bacchus Marsh 7-12, 54. So it's a 10-point ball game. And Melton have kicked 6 of the last 8 goals of the game since quarter time. Back at the restart. Searle went early. Gertz decided to stay down, but somehow it ended up in the hands of the big fella. Now McMahon. Walker. Held up by Parente. Couldn't get away. Yeah, the Cobras need not to maintain a level. They've got to find another level, Alex. Because the Bloods, you knew that they weren't going full tilt. They had a bit of scope, the Bloods, given what transpired in that opening half.
Yeah, definitely. I think just before that play and that movement forward by the Bloods, which ended up in a goal, Backsmash had their best play forward and just coughed it up going inside 50. So they really just need to work on that end product in this last quarter.
Huxtable held up after an excellent first half. Seemingly gone out of the game. Manito. Tackle taken to the ground by Scartamalia. Here's McCreary. Turnover hand pass to Borg, who went wide. That Carter Kovacevic contest has been excellent. Finlay, kick was good. And Salmon, he migrates from outer centre wing into the forward line. He goes with the right boot. Kick was good, Nixon.
That's a good bit of play there by Bacchus, a mark inside 50, something they haven't had this quarter.
And that grab from Nixon, given the tension in this game, you could hear a pin drop among the Melton loyal and faithful, Alex.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They're all hanging on this kick, that's for sure.
So it'll be Nixon. He's kicked 1 today. Sends the kick on the way. Has he got the journey? Off hands, across the face. And we'll get a boundary throw in. So Cobras will be looking for a crumb goal here from the likes of McKercher.
Yeah, it's a good result there for Bacchus. Obviously, you want those throw-ins deep inside 50. You can generate goal opportunities, especially with, he's not in the ruck, but one of the premier rucks.
Well, there's McKercher. That was dropping the ball. Umpire call. Play on now. It's McCreary's turn. Cross the body. Got too much of it. Through for a minor score. Margin now 12. No, 9, excuse me.
Jump 3.
Yeah, just when you thought digital scoreboards had been advantaged, there's a couple of pixelation issues. So a 9-point lead to Melton. Bloods, the Cobras have it in their front half, but not for long. As Cotter goes with a high up and under kick towards half back, bouncing ball. Liam Carter got out the back, fed the ball by hand. Ambitious, meant for Ericsson, missed the target. Rolled over the line for a boundary throw-in, but the Bloods out of trouble momentarily.
Yeah, that's it. They probably want to get that out to that wing, just reset, take the sting out of the game. Bacchus Marsh had a good little passage there, so it's good to come out of that unscathed.
A couple of the prime movers off for a spell. Jack Walker for the Bloods. Josh Huxtable for the Cobras. Tap one by Gertz. Lachlan Walker. Heaney. Just a thumping territory game, really, more than anything else. Bouncing ball. Ferrugia got out the back. Can he make it 2 in a row? He can! Ferrugia gets an all-important second goal. Both coming in this final term. And he joins Borg and Braden Kite with 2 each. And Liam Carter with 3. And they're starting to resemble the aura that we've known the Bloods to have over the last 18 months and beyond, really. It's been something that's been prominent for the last 7 years, really. But they're on their way back. All up. Gertz with the thump. Bouncing ball. Lachlan Walker being good. Stolen by McCreary. Fulton. Clever little chip. Round the corner to Shea. Needs to make it work. Slow. High kick. Made it difficult for Salmon. Heaney did the sharking. Suda will clear the kick to the outer side of the ground. Was cut off by Scartamalia. High up and under kick. Went the required. Who's at ground level? Nixon. 49 out. Squaring kick. McCreary.
That's a quality kick there by Nixon, a quality player who Bacchus Marsh have had to rely on today to bring about these opportunities, which in this last half you could almost say have been few and far between. And this is an opportunity that they really need to take the full measure of and get a score on the board. A goal is critical here.
Yeah, to arrest the Bloods' momentum, who have kicked 7 of the last 9 goals in the game since quarter time. McCreary's been solid, clearly in Bacchus Marsh's best today. Here's an important shot on goal to keep the Cobras in it. Kicks on its way. Oh, it was a shank, really. Lucky to get a hand on it in the end there. Defence as Phillips tried to knock it over his own shoulder. But just got an important touch on it. It's gone through for a behind. So the margin now 14 points.
It's just a major let-off there.
Yeah, well, the Cobras, they've just kicked 2-7 since quarter time. And, yeah, that inaccuracy is starting to tell its own story. 7-14 to 10-10. Cotter tips it over the top. Look out! Good spoil on the footy there by Salmon. Some good intent there from the youngster.
Now, he's been definitely a workhorse on the wing, but it looks like
he's in trouble because they're already calling for the stretcher. So I'm tipping he's landed awkwardly on that leg following that spoil, Alex.
Yep.
And
never good.
And stretcher called for, but excellent courage and good to see Geordie Cotter over there making sure he's okay, because he certainly knows what it's like to be in the wars with a leg injury, and no doubt there'll be plenty of compassion and goodwill coming out of the mouth of Cotter for young Salmon. So while the stretcher comes out, Alex, we'll just get a score from around the grounds. No doubt they're midway through their final terms as well, as BFNL round 15 draws to a close. They're here at Mattingly Park. Melton 10-10. Lead Bacchus Marsh 7-14. It's a 14-point ball game. 14 minutes gone, final term.
Yeah, we'll quickly rattle off the scores around the grounds. We had the final score there. It's the Bassett and Sunbury 97-84, a Sunbury win. Darley lead Redan 90-46. Lake Wendouree losing to North Ballarat 144-31. And East Point up 97-60 versus the Ballarat Swans.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a sombre feel around Mattingly Park at the moment as young Salmon has helped onto the stretcher. It's been a most entertaining, competitive game of footy. There really hasn't been much in the game for the most part. Melton enjoying near their biggest lead for the game, having chased it for the most part.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a game that we've harped on about it a little bit, but a game that's changed complexion as time goes on, especially with stoppages, and that certain aspect of the game hasn't been as free flowing. But you can see the Bloods in this last term, especially, have been able to take those opportunities as they've came, and have kind of been able to run over the top of the young Bacchus boys a little bit. But they've had their opportunities as well. Which just haven't been able to capitalise on, and that's just one of those games where you really need to take full effect of your opportunities.
Yeah, that's right. I know the number of scoring shots can be a stat taken out of context, but the Cobras with 21 to Melton's 20. I think both sides have missed opportunity, and the score. While it does favour Melton, it's probably been a little bit closer. But on the score front, since quarter time, Melton have kicked 7 of the last 9 goals, so they've earned the lead that they have now. Whilst it hasn't come at a cost, young Chase Scoville just walking past earlier. It looks like he's done an ankle or something of that nature. So another opportunity will present as the depth stocks continue, and questions to be asked of for the Bloods. They've had quite a number of players that play at senior level. They haven't had the best run with injury and availability this year. I mean, you continue to name Billy Crofts in the middle every week, Alex, and we don't ever see. Well, we did today in casual clothing.
He'd be a handy player to have out there in your side, that is for sure. But just hasn't seemed to be the case this season. But if he's got the opportunity and the chance, he'll definitely be out there.
So young Salmon earning the plaudits of the crowd. Some respect shown from both camps, which is always warming when you're doing it tough.
It's very disappointing for the young fella who's had a cracking game himself on the wing as well. His defensive efforts have been fantastic. So obviously it is something quite serious, but hopefully it's not too much time on the sidelines for the youngster.
Yeah. Of course, no Jake Owen, and he's obviously the A grader missing, but just that support and run that Salmon that we've seen periods of this afternoon, and also Gates on the other wing of similar age profile, similar traits really. Both wear the long sleeve and have some good enviable leg speed, Alex, which is handy in the modern game.
Yeah, that's it. They're players that are for sure going to be integral for backers to keep hold of and run their wings, because when you got young players like that who have that ability, they're very handy to keep hold of.
So the Bloods giving young Salmon a respectful clap of goodwill. So we're back at the restart here, and it's going to be Phillips who'll get play restarted. So we expect this quarter to go into the mid-30s, given the pause in the game. So a chance of both sides to regroup and communicate their intent. Huxtable couldn't impact. Jack Walker ran away. Went by hand to McMahon. Went with the right boot inside 50. Farrugia again. Oh, geez, he had plenty of it. Goebel, now he's under the pump. Couldn't release the ball. But the right call, a stoppage, 25 metres out, directly in front from the Bloods goal.
He did have plenty of that, and he'll be ruining that opportunity, because it was his chance to kick third in this term alone.
Ball up. Farrugia did the ruck work. LaFranchi had an excellent first half, like most of the Cobras. So the kick from Gates came broadcast side, and Suter is outpointed Lock on that occasion. So all the experience in the world of Blake Suter in his decision making. He's told to play on by the umpire. So he goes a territory gain in the Carter direction. Couldn't hang on. Gates went to ground. Bit of tunnel ball, Stacks on the mill, we get a ball up. So Bacchus Marsh need 3 goals, Alex, unanswered, and they've only booted 2 in the last quarter, 2 quarters and a half. So it's going to be a big ask for the Cobras to buck the trend, but it won't be without effort as Gertz towards McCreary. So McCreary's probably been the Cobra's best in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. That tackle pressure is definitely something that's come to the fore with his game, and as the Bloods have kind of got more into the game around the ball, he's been able to show that tackling prowess.
Boundary throw-in. Gertz with another tap. Gramble opportunity for Parente. He was composed through traffic there and fed the ball back by hand to Gertz. Stabbed at it. That's a free kick to Suter for over the shoulder. Clumsy from the youngster there in lock. Just got a bit disoriented. So he goes with a high up and under, like you want to take a specky over your brother kind of kick in the backyard. Gertz fed the ball back and a high up and under kick to half forward. Sun must be playing a role here. Lock, touch of the fumbles, and then went to ground and just threw it out in the end. Parente, clever tap to Shea. Standing start to a one-on-one. Bustling use of the body there by Phillips. McCreary, he went to ground. Swarmed by Cobras there was Cotter. I think you get a resultant free kick.
Yeah, this is one of those games where on paper it might seem like it's a little closer than it seems, but the game is still in the balance, and if Bacchus Marsh can pull it together here and get on top, they can easily be back in this game.
Yeah, it's all about the next goal, Alex, because 14 will become 8 as opposed to 20. Kick along the line towards half forward. Now Gertz presented. And took a nice grab and a chance to rebound the Cobras towards half forward. Presenting well. There was Nixon. And he wastes no time. Into the pocket. Lock got an important spoil on the ball there because seemingly outnumbered with a couple of those ever-reliable Bloods defenders. Got enough purchase on it to get it over the line for a throw-in. And chance for a couple of tools for the Cobras to push forward. So we'll get a throw in right in front of the sun-kissed rotunda here this afternoon. Boundary throw in. Tap one by Gertz. Cotter dumped as he kicked by guess who? McCreary. Open the door for Craig and he's threaded the needle. There's a pulse here for the Cobras at Manningley Park. Take a bow, Ashton Craig, and take a bow, Jake McCreary.
Yeah, that's a fantastic finish there from Ashton Craig. That is, these are goals in big moments where you can't afford to rue a missed opportunity. And backers who have had plenty today have just capitalised with that there. And Jake McCreary, as you said, created that. It wouldn't have been a chance without that tackle there, that crushing tackle on Geordie Cotter. And yeah, just a great finish from Craig there. All the plaudits go to him for sure.
And just on that physical presence there of McCreary, that's probably elevated him to the Cobras' best player so far this afternoon. Just his intent to deny the Bloods. A lot of one-percenters, and he's had plenty of the ball himself. Back at the restart. Gertz won that tap. Huxtable. Taken to ground there by Lachlan Walker.
I think I'd be right in saying as well, he was Josh Huxtable's pick for the club BNF.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, he's had a solid season. Searle dropped it. Umpire said no prior. Manito rolled to the ground lawfully by Gertz. Did it cleverly, the big man. And we'll get a restart. 8-point ball game. Time on final term. Lock threw the ball onto the boot. Phillips, dropped it. Opened the door. Need to be composed here. Mawson's tackled. Held up. We'll get a ball up. 25 metres out from the Cobra goal.
You can just see a little bit more belief creep into the Backers boys here. This pressure it wasn't on show at the start of the last quarter. I think there's been something that spurred them on here.
Ball up. Tap one by Gertz. Went to the outside and McCreary's opportunity. He's just knocked off the footy. Borg did it well and sent it towards Liam Carter. Through his hands. Did plenty well. Enjoyed that deal, he and Kavakovic. Big ask of Kavakovic too, given he's conceding a bit of height and size. But he's got a big tank, Liam Carter, so
yep,
that's plenty of faith showed in Kavakovic, who's had a lot of ball himself today. Boundary throw in. Tap one by Gertz. Huxtable through traffic. Right foot kick. Tumbling one at that. Nixon at the back. Through hands. A free kick against Nixon.
Yeah, just a free kick there for Mawson being in the right position to be able to intercept there, and he's been rewarded for standing his ground.
8-point ball game. 24 minutes to go. Gone. Probably 10 minutes to go. Heaney, left foot kick. Centre wing, Kabarkovic and Carter. Ball, Gates. Now Ferrugia. They just took advantage of the outnumber there, but the Russell kick let him down. Jones, look out. Gertz can go back. Now you're in trouble there, Kabarkovic, but he threaded across the body. Good use of it there by Heaney. How's the gather from Penny? Was sublime. Got it to Gates. Composed and found Craig. He's kicked a couple. He'll just get it over the top to McCreary. And Braden Kite had a shot on goal there early in the third term. And it was degree of difficulty through the roof given the nature of that light breeze that's going right to left. So to thread this needle, it would challenge Ashton Craig's goal of the day. He goes the banana. Gee, just got a bit of the belly and it went across the face. And it's thumped over the line by Mawson for a boundary throw-in. So they'll get a reset. Stoppage deep in their forward line, the Cobras. Near 26 minutes gone. Final term.
Exactly right. That's probably the best option outcome other than a goal here.
So where's the crumb goal coming from? Throw-in. Gertz. Tap. Phillips. Tackled by Nixon. Taken to the ground. We'll get a ball up. So it's right in the danger zone. 15 metres away from the Cobra goal. Melton lead by 8 points. 26 minutes gone. I'll need to make the most of this opportunity. Gertz! Gertz! He's got it done. Talk about making the most of an opportunity. We've got a 2-point ball game here at Mattingly Park. Bacchus Marsh 9-14-68. Challenging the Bloods 10-10-70.
Yeah, they've been spurred on here definitely in this last 10 minutes, the Bacchus Marsh boys, and they've shown what they can do, the pressure that they can bring, that they brought in that first quarter and into that second term as well, which allowed them to have that lead going into half-time and three-quarter time. And just Goats himself, look how big he is. The way he can just shrug someone aside and take advantage of that, especially deep inside forward 50, is critical for the Bacchus Marsh.
Yeah, an important goal. Still plenty of time. Ball up. Ferrugia somehow won that ruck contest on Gertz. And we'll get a restart nonetheless. Traffic waiting at ground level at the restart. Tap Gertz. Fulton wanted the push, denied by the umpire. Bloods have got numbers. Can they work it out? Kite went to ground. We'll get a ball up. Bacchus Marsh 10-10-70. 9-14-68. Melton 10-10-70. Ball up. Tap one by Searle. Suter. Dribbling ball forward. Want to be clean here. Ferrugia presents. Got one high. Clumsy from Goebel.
And that one was pretty easy to play for there. He didn't need to do much wrong to be able to draw that free kick, and now he's getting a shot on goal here. Pretty much against the grain, because Bacchus Marsh have really been pouring that pressure on in the last 5 to 10 minutes, and this is a chance to break that string. Yeah,
apologies to Goebel. And just having a closer look through the eyes. Taylor. So it'll be Ferrugia, who's kicked 2 goals this afternoon, both in this final term. A chance to make it 3 as time ticks away. Runs around, gets plenty on the kick, tumbling one at that. Nice mark, made it easier look there by Kabarkovic. The release kick was good to Huxtable. I just need a bit of luck getting the ball in the right hands here, because that kick from Huxtable was brilliant to Nixon. So 3 of the interleague reps combined. And Cotter's hurt. He's a bit sore. So Nixon goes forward to Smith. He'll weigh up the options and tumbly kick to half forward. Huxtable again. Reward for work rate. Has he got enough on the kick? Ground ball. Swarm of players around it. Heaney's happy to hold it up. We'll get a ball up.
What an opportunity this is for Bacchus Marsh. Deep inside 50 here. Stoppage. It's everything they could be asking for.
So they nearly went coast to coast there with those 5 possessions. The Cobras, 2 to Huxtable, 1 to Nixon, 1 to Kabarkovic. Craig had to release it. Huxtable got it back to Gates. Wanted the high. Bloods wanted the ball, and the umpire said, well, I'll ball it up.
Now, it's great work from Suter there to be able to tackle low, because that's that area where they draw the high.
Ball up, tap one by Searle. Suter wanted to hold. Dribbling ball off the boot of McCreary. Only went as far as Heaney. Awkward torpedo. Terrible bounce there for Taylor. Favoured Farrugia. Now he can get it to Borg. He's got no one forward, but his vision was pretty good to Ericsson. And that good nice grab taken there by Findlay. So it wouldn't matter who Ericsson was on. He'd be conceding height, unfortunately. So they'll try and work it out here. And it's in the hands of the youngster Jones, who'll go short. They're given time for the Bloods to get behind the ball. They haven't really gained any metres of significance. Kick along the line. So where's Gertz? Nowhere to be seen. I mean,
the smallest of three Bloods there.
yeah, it's a I don't know whether it was a poor kick or a poor option. So collectively they end up being the same.
That's it.
And work rate. The Cobras needed an aerial presence to push. So Suter along the line. Now Gertz works to that aerial but didn't get a hand on it. Liam Carter did. So Liam Carter with ball in hand. Goes wide to the pocket. Borg! No, off hands. Ground ball opportunity. Umpire's paid a throw. It's going to go against the Bloods. It's going to go to Jones, who'll go lateral again. And they need some territory. Huxtable. Gates, touch of the fumbles. Suter ran into a brick wall in Fulton. We'll get a ball up. Melton, 10-10-70. Bacchus Marsh, 9-14-68. 2-point ball game. 31 and a half minutes gone. Final term. Ball up. Tap one by Gertz, who's at ground level. Well, he is. His follow-up work was terrific. Penny, gathered. He's got Craig to the outside, but he forced the long bomb. Foot race on. Heaney leading into the race to the ball. He got an important little kick on it. Nixon got a favourable bounce. Fed it over the top. Slow hair pass. Clever tap over there from McKercher. Craig, goal! Cobras in front.
Gee whiz, what a moment there for the Cobras against the grain. Wowee.
Well, Craig's got three. And great spatial awareness there from McKercher to hand pass it over the top. Craig would have been nervous over that awkward dribbling ball.
It's never good when you run into an open goal and it's not sitting up for you, but he did enough to get the ball on the boot and kick probably the biggest goal of the day. Of course it's the biggest goal of the day.
That's his second goal from an inch.
Oh, you take him any way you can get him, especially if it's to put the team in front with not long to go.
Near 33 minutes gone, final term. Bacchus Marsh lead by 4 points. Gertz into the ruck against Searle. Gertz won the tap, grabbed it, dropped it. Umpire called play on. Ground ball. Parente caught over the footy. And we'll get a ball up. 33 minutes gone. 4-point lead to the Cobras. Gertz fighting hard. Needs some support. Huxtable over the footy. Oh, he's going to get pinged for holding the ball. Suter, been important in this final term. Gave it to Jack Walker. Territory going inside 50. In front there was the Frankie. Good pressure there from the Cobras. Smith fed it by hand to Gertz. Went back through the traffic. Was hopeful. Huxtable. He's paid the mark.
Fantastic mark there by Huxtable.
There's seemingly 100 Bloods behind the footy. Well, in front of the footy with the Cobras, so they're just going to go backwards here.
Indicating that there is not much time left on that clock.
So it's Kabarkovic with a high up and under. Players set themselves 3 Bloods up, none down. McKercher caught one high, but he's going to get a trip. So he'll go short. The Huxtable, he's been important in this final term. And the siren sounds. Bacchus Marsh have ended years of a run of outs against the Bloods and have got it done by 4 points. Wowee. And seemingly the break in the game of the injury to Katie Salmon has somehow been enough of an incentive, a spike for the Cobras, who look, well, the game was looking quite pedestrian in the end for the Bloods, but given all that work they did early in the game, the Cobras, the lead was, even though they coughed up the lead and there was a deficit needed to run down, the salmon absence really gave the Cobras an opportunity to reset, albeit for the last 20 minutes of that final term, and in the end have got it done in a game that really could have gone either way, Alex.
Oh yeah, it was neck and neck throughout the whole game, and you just thought that towards the end of that, towards the middle of the final quarter, the Bloods had done enough with how Bacchus Marsh had been taking their opportunities earlier on in the game. It might have sounded as if we were kind of writing them off to come back and get that job done there, but they've done a fantastic effort to be able to come back and win this game on their home deck, which they've now made it 3 in a row here at Mattingley. None more important than this one, that's for sure.
No, indeed, and just the runabouts that the Cobras have had against the Bloods, and on a really momentous day for the Cobras, with Lauren Prout, 450 games, so they'll celebrate in style. And that's Dennis Arfield's biggest win of his time at the Cobras. They were 0-6 against top 4 heading in, and I reckon they've probably been 0-12 against Melton over the last half a dozen years, Alex.
Yes, we've had a couple of close contests, that's for sure, especially on this ground right here, but yeah, that is a momentous win, and just you look at their position in the season, where they're sitting at the moment now with finals contention, and how it's all looking, how it's all shaping up, and that win, just you can't really put into words how much it'll mean for the club, who are missing their main spearhead. As we've mentioned throughout the day, they've had a few players who have gone through that role to try and see if they can fill it out and fill in the role that Jake Owen has made his own for for a number of seasons at Bacchus Marsh. So it's a credit to the young group that have been able to down the Bloods here at Mattingley Park.
Yeah, the Cobras kicked the last 2 goals of the game through that very important grab out of the ruck from Gertz, and then that scramble finish there from Craig. In fact, it was the last 3 goals of the game they kicked, because Craig was the spark who, on the back of that McCreary tackle, was able to finish from a very acute angle, and then Gertz took some ownership of himself to grab it.
There are certain things in life that just go well together, like the new Big Arch and layers of delicious melty cheddar cheese. Mmm, cheese. New Big Arch for Big Macca's hunger.